Yo guys, I've got a spark which I'm going to use to ignite the fire for another episode of the Skylanders Spyro Adventure Soul Seeker series here on the channel. That sheep seems a little stuck right there, but what we're not stuck about is what we're going to be doing with this magical thing right here. So first of all, next up we need fire to slash down and grab the gem up the top. Boom, let's be destroying it then. With that hitbox turning out successful. Next up we're going to get Slam Bam and hope that we can hit the block on top of it, because I'd rather give all the gold to the bottom one, which is of course Tech. Okay, so apparently the glitch where Eruptor didn't spawn in the previous episode, the evil version of him on that matter even, wasn't enough of a glitch for the entirety of this series, because now Slam Bam, a water Skylander no less, somehow managed to destroy both the water and tech icons at the same time on that there, pillar. That pillar of elemental destroyingness in order to get to the glorious gems on top. I mean, we got the gems just fine. Slam Bam reaped the rewards of all that, but, how can Slam Bam, a water Skylander, destroy the tech thingy McBobs? It's like, what is going on with this game? The jankiness just keeps piling on top of itself. We're getting jankinessception because this game is just getting to that janky point of jankiness. Like, seriously, have I not expressed enough the absolute jankiness right now as I swap out for Ghost Roaster because the end element has popped up, and because we collected the collectibles for the most part in the previous time we failed to complete this level due to glitches arising. We can even check that via the objectives. This time around, what we're going to do is we're going to get that speedrun objective and hopefully the enemy goal alongside that, because that way we won't need to revisit this level ever again. Not that I dislike this level, I actually really like it, especially for atmosphere and eeriness brought about mostly by the music. But with that being said, let's be destroying some stuff with our greatest undead speedrunner. I said it was Cinder in the previous episode. I think Ghost Roaster is giving Cinder a run for her money right here with his speedy charge maneuverability right now. That's what's so great about Ghost Roaster's charge. Like, your traditional Skylanders charge just goes straight forward, but with Ghost Roaster's charge, because you have full maneuverability with it, it's far more agile and far more speedy too. Like, sure, it's limited time and has a large cooldown, but the cooldown doesn't keep you, vulnerable. You still have other attacks that you can use near enough directly afterwards. And the fact that you can just circle enemies like that can be really annihilative. So for lack of a better way of putting it, Ghost Roaster has an awesome dashing ability. And I bring this up because I just watched Coon Clean Gaming's newest video on his favourite Skylander dash moves. A very creative video of his. I mean, of course it is. His videos are always creative and fun to watch because they're so well said. I respect the talent of that incredible man. He's versatile, he does basically everything. He's a biology teacher, he knows martial arts, he has excellent analysis type skills. It's like, man, for those of you who haven't checked out Come and Clean Gaming yet, you should absolutely do so. You would be doing yourself a massive favour, so just go ahead, check him out, and you can thank me later. Anyway, let's push these blocks into place, this time with a lot more speed than for the last few times around, apparently. Okay, boom, push that, push you again. Okay, let's get pushy. Not going to make the same mistake as what I did last time with this here block. I'm going to push it all the way there before turning background to get to that other one up there. And first things first, let's push this one into place. Boom, simple as that. Now let's be pushing this guy over here. But man, Ghost Roaster speed surely is being rather useful for us right now. And this time in the fire section, well, we're going to tackle it with Flameslinger even, because hopefully with that we can have a whole lot more success, shall we say, in terms of Evil Eruptor successfully spawning, mind you. Well, who knows, maybe Evil Eruptor will never respawn again and I just permanently soft lock the game. The Wii version has a glitch to where after the, Quicksilver Vault, if you say no to head to the Arcane Armory directly afterwards, there is a small chance that the Arcane's Weapon Master will fall back to sleep and you cannot use him to access the next levels, that being the Arcane Armory. That chance is small and it's never happened to me, but it's a glitch of the Wii version of the game all the same, so You know, considering that soft locks your game, what's to say that this game, or this version of the game, isn't soft locked by the lack of evil eruptor spawning in? Anyway, fire is here, meaning it's time for Flameslinger's gameplay once more. Here we are with Flameslinger himself, as we're about to absolutely breeze through this here section. With his speed, how could I do anything but that? Okay, we got a fire tornado of doom, which definitely predicts thingy. It predicts thingy is what it does. What I mean by thingy is that it definitely predicts Spitfire's moveset. So this game, it predicted the future of Skylanders. It predicted good old Spitfire is what it did. I mean, fire is part of its name, and that's also its element. So Spitfire's literal fireception, which makes me kind of tempted to make him my channel icon in all honesty, because Ignite the Fire, Spitfire, that'd be too cool. But you know, that's not going to happen because Ignite is too legendary to be replaced. There is no replacing Igniter, I can't emphasize this enough. Okay, let's take down these fools. Haha, let's go. Oh, and that's been opened up, so that we like to see. Yeah, baby. Yeah, that guy's dead. So now we can waltz right into the fire source section where we can't skip over Chaos's cutscenes. So unfortunately, you guys have the tyranny of having to, you know, experience them, quote unquote, in the previous episode, and now you have the tyranny of having to listen to them all over again. I would apologise, but it's the game's fault, and if it's not my fault, I have nothing therefore to apologise about. Okay, here comes Flameslinger. Flameslinger on Flameslinger duel. So at least this time, Flameslinger wasn't too intimidated by himself to not even bother spawning in. I mean, that's the thing. Evil Eruptor is so arrogant that the only person who possibly could intimidate him is himself. It's like Loki in his Disney Plus TV show as to how the character is just so arrogant and full of himself that the only person he could possibly fall in love with is literally himself. Because, you know, for Loki variant, basically the same character as Loki. They're the same person, in other words. So Loki literally fell in love with himself. That is a rather odd thing for me to be saying out loud, but that is the entirety of the plot of the Loki Disney Plus TV show for you. Weirdness at its finest. And they say, you know, marrying cousins is illegal. Well, it is, and it's weird too. Why would you marry a cousin? Your grandparents are like the same person, so that kind of grosses me out, just thinking about it. But it is a subplot within Arrested Development. And it's a funny one at that. Like, Arrested Development is just a funny show, period. Thoroughly enjoyed my time with it, with the exception of the 4th and 5th season, because they came out 7 years after the run of the original few seasons, after Netflix bought up the rights and created their own original episodes out of it. And boy, those episodes dragged. Horribly, in fact. I hated them. I couldn't even finish the series because season 5 was so terrible. Even season 4 had its moments, despite how bad it was. So, yes. I did not much like Arrested Development after the 3rd season, but those first 3 seasons, my god, I loved them. Okay, I'm not doing a great job of killing Sunburn over here. I am doing a great job of getting hit by him even, apparently, but now with him being dead, let's grab that there food. And we have waves of fire to dodge. What would have been annoying is if we lost Eruptor previously and we still didn't have him spawn for the finale and got ourselves soft locked within the game once more. That would have been insult to injury, to say the least. But yeah, this time around, Flameslinger not quite as fat as what Eruptor was, so we should be able to just slither straight through these here fire spells just fine. I have nothing better to call them. Fire hazards, I guess. But fire hazard in real life has a completely different meaning. But, you know, if these things did exist in real life, they certainly would be a fire hazard. Like, you get something flammable, fire these things through it, and I guarantee it will burst up, mind you. Okay, we're going to stay to the inside this time. Oh, never mind. I thought what came up next was the ones that were really close together, like the ones that constantly hit Eruptor. These ones, in other words, but I was wrong. Okay, stick to the inside. There we are. We got through that time. Oh boy, watch out for those. There we go. We just somehow narrowly dodged them, and it was a miracle, mind you. But I definitely want to keep Flameslinger alive, because when it comes to the final Chaos boss fight, it pops up straight after a fire section in his lair. So naturally we're going to be fighting off against him as a Fire Skylander. I have solo shot the boss with Igniter before, so that's perfectly capable. But I think Flameslinger is also going to be perfectly capable for solo shot on it, so that's why I want to keep Flameslinger alive for that very moment. And besides, should he die, that's what Drobot is for. Anyway, luckily for us, we didn't get soft lock again because Evil Eruptor actually decided to spawn in this time. That's glorious. I've never been more happy to see an enemy spawn in before. Never did I ever think I'd be saying that, but here I am saying it anyway. Yeah, this guy has got to go. Not doing a great job of making it happen, am I? But regardless, we now get to listen to a Chaos monologue that we never heard before. New content is a miracle, I'm telling you. You can't go wrong with new content. With that all being said, Chaos needs going down some more. He needs shutting up, and that's exactly where Flameslinger is going to come in clutch, mind you. So, you know, and of course the Chaos is nowhere can stand up to all three at once. We are about to correct him on that statement because we most certainly can. Oh boy, but that food that I got for defeating Evil Eruptor has kind of just vanished, and that's rather unfortunate, especially when, you know, Flameslinger is starting to look a little low right now. Okay, grab the chicken. We accidentally defeated Sunburn somehow, and we will take it, mind you. Oh, and there goes Eruptor 2. Oh, watch out for the Fire Hazard. We can grab the cheese and the pretzel later on, you know, but hopefully in one fell swoop we got both the enemy goal and speedrunning objectives. Because that means this level will be triple stars and we won't need to return to it again as we really start approaching the end game now. There's not going to be many episodes left, maybe 4 or 5 at best after this one. Well, this one included, I should really say. Either way, we're brought back up to full health and have acquired the Fire Source. Let's go. Now that, my friends, is nice and saucy. That might even want to be for the title of the episode, we'll have to wait and see. But what we don't have to wait and see about is the very fact that we were successful in triple starring this level. That's a freaking go. Now let's be pressing the best button in the video game for the skip button to get this cutscene out of here. Get it out of here, man. Get it out of here. The magic source is left. Woo! I mean, magic is basically the opposite to science, which is why magic and tech are two complete opposites. You know, every Skylanders element has an opposite. Magic's opposite is tech, purely because tech is something based on science. Science makes technological advancements possible, even. Microtechnology brought about through hydrocarbons in chemistry is what gives you the nanotechnology possible to build up phones and electronics of that caliber. So yes, technology and science are one and the same thing, but magic, the whole idea about it is that, well, is magic. It's science that we can't yet explain about, and if it's not science, in fact it's the opposite of science, then therefore it's the opposite of tech by extent. That's how it works. But enough of opposites here in the scientifical speakings that I am opening up my mouth and utilising to speak before all of you right now with. Because instead what we have to focus on, rather than all that, is the Weapons Master right here. One awesome NPC. Man, I wish this guy was a Skylander because he would look awesome as a Skylander. A figurine with as many hands as that. Just a headpiece that looks as cool as that as well. You know, it's a fine design to say the least, which gives me yet another good idea. Well, two actually. The first of which is going to be to head out for the Quicksilver Vault. And the second of which is to make another video entitled, of course, for Skylanders NPCs that would make for great Skylanders, mind you. You know, Arbo, Glumshanks, Weapon Master, that's just to name a few of the NPCs that could have made for awesome Skylanders, and the missed opportunities they had in not doing exactly just that. Man, this episode is just giving me ideas galore right now. I also have the whole, if I don't collect a gem piece, then the video ends. So I've got to make sure to literally catch them all. That is if the gold is fallen, because if it falls and I don't catch it and it's gone forever, that would count as the video ending. In fact, that's probably exactly how the video ends. I wouldn't know, I haven't filmed this video yet. I just have it in my brain ready to take advantage of. But, yeah, otherwise you don't really catch the treasure, you just collect it. So I've got to collect them all. which isn't for Pokemon reference, which is why it's not as glorious as the very Pokemon references I was making beforehand. Anyway, it's time for our final Air Skylander, who's yet to be played with in this series, to be popped onto the portal. I'm talking, of course, about Whirlwind, where we will be taking ownership of her and gathering, you know, for games knowledge that I have all 4 Air Skylanders added to my collection. And it is a fine collection, to say the least. Okay, let's be taking out some fools right here. They had it coming, baby. They had it coming. Look at all this gold, too. Wow, that's cool. Impressive, I would even go as far to say. This guy, on the other hand, not so much. I have nothing to care about what his enemy profile has to say about him. What I do care about, however, is the treasure chest that lies behind this here Locke puzzle for me to complete. I am not looking forward to completing in the slightest. Of course I'm not. This looks like pain. Okay, let's get the 2 of them. Sweet. Okay, let's head through here, I guess. And we can head down here. Okay, sweet. Let's continue this way. Or not. That was not a correct move to be made, apparently. Yeah, I have no idea how this puzzle is supposed to be working, because now I've just wound up exactly where I was, it would seem. So let's instead head back down here. Oh, that's gonna... no, not that way. That's gonna give us access to this platform over here. It's where we can grab that one, right there. Number 5. And that's gonna lead us straight towards number 6. Okay, sweet, then. How am I supposed to get them 2, though? I have no fucking clue. Like, how? How's it to be done? That is a good question on my behalf. A good, solid, Aloy tier question for me to figure out. Oh, no, never mind. I figured it out. You just gotta go constantly right, and then we can go to the left after we spawn from this here blue dot thingy mackle bob, which is descriptive enough as is. We're just gonna stick with it. And man, I sure did solve that puzzle, didn't I? I showed that puzzle who's boss. I was going to show the treasure chest who's boss with my jousting stick back and forth. I have a skill, a knack for that, if you even go as far to say. Oh, wait, this guy, he's a-going down. So these other enemies that are about to face me, foolishly too, because they don't seriously think they have a chance against me. Newsflash! They don't. Okay, take down those guys right there. Boom, baby. All this glorious gold. We love to see it. Oh, yeah. Okay, so there's also going to be some cheese back here. Very nice, very nice. Don't mind if I do. Okay, let's grab all of this gold as well while we're at it. Very nice. But now that we have the key, we can finally work all the way back around. Bring out some Tempest Clouds. We don't want to say goodbye to that enemy gold objective now, do we? It'd be a rather useless 100% run of a level without it. Granted, we still won't be getting for speedrun objectives, but still, we can at least get all of the other objectives, so that then when we come back here, we can just breeze through it with, you know, speed and ease, for lack of a better way of putting it. And when I say breeze, I meant breeze. We can breeze through the level with ease, which is a rhyme, therefore making me put without even knowing it. But bringing up the word breeze is quite hilarious, because that just happens to be the name of the mini of this exact character that I currently have on the Portal Power, and that I'm playing as. Because for those of you who don't know, I'm currently playing as Whirlwind, who has a miniature version named Breeze. I'm saying this twice, just for sake of repetition, which of course creates the effect of putting emphasis on the very thing I am repeating. And with that being said, it's time for me to collect all 4 of these here gemmy thingy mackle bobs, which we're going to stick with because I feel like that's descriptive enough as is, personally. Okay, cool, let's grab that. And let's head this way, I guess. Ooh, this way. Okay, then we're going to do this, and then this, and this, and then we're going to finish it off with a summon at a pizzazz. Yep, this is going to finish it off alright. This puzzle is turning out to be a whole lot more easy than the other one. Even though that's quite fucking obvious from what you can see before you, in all honesty. But here I am, making it out abundantly clear anyway. I love the aesthetic of this level though. All of this blue flame looking stuff, you know, it's glossy, it's well textured, and it creates a reflection of all of the surrounding architecture. In fact, the architecture itself is well detailed and it looks cool to say the least. It's by far the most visually impressive level of this game. But you know, normally levels in this game don't look as good as this, that's why this is an absolute standout level. Okay, let's not get hit by those guys' rockets, because boy do they hurt. And let's just avoid Wrecking Ball Soul Gem for as long as possible, because boy, it's not a good Soul Gem. I hate that guy, I hate him so much. But, you know, it would be a very unsuccessful Soul Seeker series if I didn't seek out the soul of every Skylander, including that of my least favourite amongst them, Wrecking Ball. So we are going to be previewing the guy. Unfortunately, I don't have much choice in that, even though seeing him breathes nightmares into my eyes. My eyes hate what they see right now. I am so sorry, eyes, that you have to deal with this torture right now. I mean, seriously, Wrecking Ball just burped. That is fucking disgusting. With that being said, let's get out of here using the teleporter. Oh, here comes a magic spell punk. We gotta not get zapped. I like that plan. Though you take away the ped and you leave just zap, you have one awesome water Skylander, mind you. Okay, take out fire, not fire, magic spell punk all the same. Okay, let's grab this treasure chest then. Sweet. Oh, now it's all the chests found, as easy as that. Man, those were collected in quick succession, if I were to say so myself. I was very successful at it. I'm very humble about my success at it too. So let's hit this teleporter pad. Defeat some more fools while we're at it. With the might that is air, the current strongest element of the level, which is why we're taking advantage of Whirlwind. One of those air standards, mind you. Let's hit the teleport pad. Take down some fools. You know how it goes, man. You know how it goes. Oh boy, Whirlwind is dying. Ouch! Whirlwind is dying some more. I gotta stop that. Dying, I mean. Then again, what else would I mean by that now, right? It's quite obvious. So now, let's be swapping out for the final life Skylander we get to play as. That being, of course, Azook. Here we go with the Bambooyah himself, as we first of all swim the bridge, and second of all, take ownership of this guy. Hell yeah, that's all 4 life Skylanders collected, and a heroic challenge completed. Well, earned, I should say. We haven't completed it yet. We'll do that once we unlock Double Trouble and go through all 32 heroic challenges with him. Oh yeah. Oh, I accidentally fell off. This part of the level does not have invisible walls that will turn out. And you know, I was just testing that. I was testing to see if there was invisible walls, so my science experiment clearly paid off. We were talking about science after all, so can't you see it's all related? It might seem like a mistake at first, but everything I made was intentional. Mistakes here are non-existent. That's what I'm going as far to say. All the same. And now with all of the sameness out of the way, let's be continuing to traverse, because again, this is how the game defines its platforming. By, you know, maneuvering platforms, which I'm okay with. You know, the lack of jumping here is what makes it so well designed. Wouldn't be well designed if there was jumping now, would it? Okay, so let's head over here. Hop onto the moving platform once more. That's how it works, you know, we walk on over to it, and then it moves. It moves us from point A to point B, and we like to see it. Anyway, let's be opening this up and getting a unicorn hat! Oh, that's too perfect. Zook for unicorn. This is the greatest creature my eyes have ever had the pleasure of seeing upon. You know, they faced true tyranny earlier with Wrecking Ball, but that has been directly juxtaposed with the might of Unicorn Zook over here. You thought Shrook was awesome? Unicorn Shrook got something to say about that, my friends. Anyway, I think the air element here isn't going to last very long, so we're just going to wait for a couple of seconds and, you know, either prove or disprove this hypothesis, because otherwise the magic element will pop up and we might as well swap out the Wrecking Ball then and there. You know, be more efficient with my time. Swap out Skylanders much less. Be less of a time waster, you go as far to say. Okay, so now we have the Quicksilver Vault itself to open up. It wouldn't be much of a vault if it wasn't closed up and we needed opening in the first place, now would it? So it sure is a good thing it's all locked up and closed, to say the least. But, you know, it's not going to stop me from gaining access to that Quicksilver all the same now, is it? So now I really wish I could skip all this, but unfortunately the game had other things in mind, so I can't be doing that. And that life section we just tackled, we can see in the background of that preview right now, of that preview even, which is awesome. But speaking of things which is awesome, actually I lied because we're swapping out for Wrecking Ball, whom is not awesome, might I remind you. He is like what is awesome, and then the complete opposite of that, because he sucks, and I hate him. I hate him so much. Anyway, boom! I mean, that explosion was pretty neat, not gonna lie. Oh, boy, oh! I swear to you, I did not just do that on purpose. That was a genuine mistake, and yet I smile. Wrecking Ball just got brutally murdered. I did not do it on accident, and yet I smile. I'm making this joke twice just to make it all the more funnier. I've got King Ezekiel on my tongue, you see. You know, I've not got cats on my tongue, which, ironically enough, Ezekiel has a glorified cat in the form of a tiger, because that's what a tiger is. A tiger is technically a cat. Regardless, we got to swap over for our only remaining Magic Skylander at this point, that being Spyro. Hopefully he doesn't die from, you know, just how under-leveled he is. No upgrades and all that. This is hilarious. But yeah, what also is hilarious is Ezekiel. You know, bad stuff can happen, and yet he smiles. Hence why I made the joke, I inserted the clip, and I said it twice, all to just put emphasis on my joke, make it all the more funnier. And, you know, through repetition, I'm putting emphasis on the very thing I'm repeating. But I cannot believe, actually no, I can believe that Wrecking Ball only lasts mere seconds. He is useless after all. But I swear to you, those were genuine mistakes. Okay, I screwed up. I did not mean to make those mistakes, and yet mistakes were made regardless. In the words of a mighty Arrested Development, which I was talking about earlier, I have made a huge mistake. Anyway, let us be grabbing all this gold right here, because, you know, Spyro could be using it. Can't go wrong with getting him some upgrades now, can you? Can't go wrong with that at all. As we hit this teleporter, don't we have enough time to even complete this level this episode. You know, getting through and triple star in Lava Lake's Railway, as well as beating this level for the first time. That is some good progress, if I do say so myself. Either way, let's be pushing these blocks some more. But man, that Wrecking Ball death was embarrassing. I wasn't even granted enough time to take ownership of the goddamn characters. I'm going to have to do that off screen for Pete's sake, because I kind of need to do that. Otherwise, you know, I'm not going to be able to earn all of the heroic challenges for the accolade. And hey, I never said that was against the rules to take ownership of Skylanders off camera. I mean, it's just taking ownership of them. It's not all that much of a big deal. I did the same thing with Sunburn after I played with him, but didn't take ownership of him by total accident during the Dragon's Peak. Okay, here we go. Normally you wouldn't lose Skylanders in the second episode of the series, but because I was tackling the Dragon's Peak, which can be perceived as a pretty difficult level, I suppose that's why I died as early as the second episode, mind you. You know, if Sunburn was tackling, let's just say, Oil Spill Island, he never would have died, because Oil Spill Island is incredibly easy in comparison to that of the Dragon's Peak. Anyway, let's be twisting this laser out now. Sweet. So that's all set up. Now all I gotta do is set up the rest of them by pushing you all the way over there, as we like to see. Push you up and then push you down, and it's complete as simple as that. Bing, bang, boom, and we shake the room and all that. So we can at last retrieve what we seek, as the Archean Weapons Master correctly put it, mind you. So let's grab the key, head over the chain. The chain of power, I suppose, that's what this is. And what Shane also is of course the greatest part of the second season of The Walking Dead. Like, that second season sucks, but at the very minimum, Shane exists to make for drama and for tension in that season that little bit more grander. Not by much, but he increases it all the same. And that minute change makes Season 2 slightly better than what lots of people remember it for. Lots of people remember Season 2 as being a lame one that was set on a farm, but Season 2 of Walking Dead is actually pretty good, and I quite like it. I like it more than Season 7 and Season 8, they're absolute garbage. But in comparison to all of the other seasons, Season 2 is the much more weaker one. Anyway, I can't believe Spyro's on this level 10 already. Man, it's very, very easy to level up in these later levels, it would turn out. So easy, in fact. So god damn easy. Anyway, we've got to continue to not get zapped. I like this plan, I like it a lot. Ouch. I don't like the part where I get hit, however, and I got hit again! Game, you gotta stop doing this to me, man. I want to kill this guy and not get hit. That's not too much to ask for now, is it? Surely it's not. Okay, watch out for all of those. Okay, that we did. Now we just got to wait for him to be vulnerable again. Man, I hate the shield. I hate it so much. Anyway, that guy's dead. That's great. Spyro's not quite leveled up yet, but what does it matter? Because that was the final enemy of the level, as well as the final enemy of the episode. I'm going to be concluding it here. Now, with that all being said and done, this video is coming to an end, but before that happens, I first want to thank all my Blazing Knights and Scorching Dragons whose support allow me to continue pumping out quality videos like this one. Without them, this all wouldn't be possible. Therefore, I genuinely appreciate every last one of you from the bottom of my heart. If you enjoyed this video, I have others you can watch by clicking on screen now, and you can even subscribe by pressing the button on the bottom right hand corner of the screen. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll be seeing you in the next one, but until that moment arises, peace!